A very good morning to you and welcome to a brand new day. English, the English bell begins at this point. I'll be here till about 8:30 and other things can just come in. I'm Cordelia Obey. How are you? I hope you had a very good night's rest and I hope that the weather has started treating you better. And I hope that, as the president said it, that the days of Nigeria bleeding, the days of suffering and so on have come to an end. We'll soon start enjoying the benefits of all this suffering. I pray that it begins from today for you and for me. This is VOP 90.3 FM in the city of Lagos, wherever you're listening to us from. Thank you for being there. If you're streaming online at VOP 903 FM on YouTube, thank you very much. You stay with us all through. I'll be taking you through the papers shortly. And at 8, we'll be having what we call the big story, where we get to talk about what we'll find as the major news for the day from your own perspective, and that will be what the parliamentarians will do from 8 till I say bye-bye this first round. And the analysts will be joining. I have Ejiro Mukoro and Rufai Hussaini. Both of them will do the first round of analysis with me before you. So without much ado, let's just move on straight to look at the stories that made it onto the front page of the papers today, and maybe one or two from within. I start with the Daily Times, and the Daily Times has a major headline here, which is Nigeria Air remains suspended. This is according to the federal government. Says ownership structure of suspended airline not beneficial to Nigeria. Nigeria, Saudi Arabia to revive cargo flight operations. Kayamo. And we also have above the mast Children's Day. No effort will be spared in securing Nigeria's future. This is according to the President Tinubu. Bayelsa Tribunal affirms Governor Doyedi's re-election. The rider. Silva rejects Tribunal's verdict. Heads to appeal court. Safe journey. And FG6 review of practice procedure of ECOWAS court to avoid conflicts with national courts. That should be a very good move there. Out of school children, FG engages experts, policy makers to tackle menace. Benin royal family suspends Enogie of Ewuba Nusa Dukedom. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger exit threat. Heartbreaking. This is according to the ECOWAS vice president. You get to hear a bit about that later on. Now let's take on The Guardian. The Guardian newspaper major headline. Amid penetration surge, Nigerians spent over 500 billion naira on data in quarter 1. They say data is life, or if you not get them, is a major problem. With it, you get to see, the different things happening that could cheer you up, especially online. 500 billion naira on data in quarter 1. FG suspends fraudulent Nigeria Air indefinitely. We have the picture of Kayamo by that. Remember, he gave his own review, his own scorecard for 1 year. That was yesterday. Insecurity knocks kudos for Tinubu as government marks first anniversary. And Children's Day, 39.2% of Nigerian kids in child labor. That is very sad. Now for the suspension of the fraudulent Nigeria Air, we hear here that the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, declared the indefinite suspension of that project, the Nigeria Air project, saying it was nothing short of Ethiopian Airlines aiming to fly the Nigerian national flag. Should be people said it and they were like, no, haters, whalers, and so on. Is that not what is being said now? It was as fraudulent as the spelling of the word itself. Fraudulent. Well, the announcement is coming amid a report indicting or indicating that at least 85.42 billion naira was budgeted for the national carrier in 7 years. And they showed a breakdown that the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration had, shared out in 2019. They budgeted 47 billion naira. Between 2020 and 2022, an additional 14.6 billion naira was voted for the project, while another 24 billion naira was captured in the 2023 budget for the carrier that has nothing, add absolutely nothing to show for the votes except one logo one plane that they painted and all that. Well, the former aviation minister, Hadi Sariki, had refuted earlier that claim, insisting that less than 3 billion was released for the controversial project. Nigeria. Okay. The thing is on, let me say what Kayamo said here. It was only painted as Nigeria Air. There was nothing like Nigeria Air. It was only painted as Nigeria Air. So sad. Now we also have this one. The VP of ECOWAS is saying that if Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger should leave, it's not going to be a very good thing because we're family. And if they break it up, it won't stop them from still being our brothers, but then it will weaken some things. And she said that it's still work in progress. I love her name, the VP. Let me try and pronounce it. Her name is Damtian Chinchibidi. Chinchimbija. I love the name. Beautiful name. Okay, let's move on. This day has some of these. I'll just say quickly from here. Bayero constituting security risk in Kano. He should be evacuated. State government warns. Deputy governor yields to wisdom. Apologizes to NSA over alleged interest in emirate crisis. Court reinstates dethroned emirs. Directs police to evict them as soon as possible. And we also have this one where Obi says, I will accept merger. You have to find out why. I'll tell you about that. And also this other one, Keyamo Nigeria Air Project was fraudulent, remains suspended. You can find that from this day. And the bit about accepting the merger, Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, said he would only accept a merger with his PDP counterpart, talking about Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, if it will serve the greater good of Nigeria. And I'll quote him. On the issue of a merger and the coming together of parties, I have always said as long as any merger or any coming together is to better Nigeria and for governing properly, I'm for it. If it is just a merger for election or state capture, I'm not for it. The clapping of hand was Mansha. I'm not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work, especially for the poor, because we have a lot of potential. Well, it might interest you to know that earlier, Atiku had said if in 2027 the party decides that it was going to go to the southeast, he will select Obi as his and he will support Obi, and that the last time he did what he did because it was thrown open to everybody. All right, let's move on now to something else. We also have the beat about the court stopping Bayero for others from parading themselves as emir, and police has been ordered to remove the post-monarch from Nasarawa Palace. It's a long read. You can check it out. Anyway, the one that this day has is quite short. You can just go read it and find out what is going on there. Now, for the Nation newspaper, we have Above the Mast, How We Fared in 9 Months by Kayamu Kiari. Emir crisis, Kano court orders eviction of Bayero from palace. Benin royal family suspends rebellious duke for betrayal. And we also have Council Autonomy Battle Heightens. Council Autonomy Battle Heightens. And that's from the Nation. And I take a bit from the battle over council autonomy between federal government, states is getting stronger. States are kicking against local government autonomy because they feel that the federal government may just be inciting or may just end up inciting the councils against them. Now, Chairman of Conference of Speakers of House of Assembly, Adebo Ogundui, said that much yesterday, and he said financial and administrative autonomy for councils will engender massive corruption at the grassroots units of administration. They went on to say that we may not have enough security or investigative manpower to start going down to the roots to check out what they are doing at the local council level and so on. Anyway, that will eventually play out. We'll see the result. Vanguard newspaper is next. Above the Mast, we have Paygenko's 1.3 trillion naira debt to avoid sector's collapse. This is Elumelu telling the federal government. Elumelu telling the federal government to pay up all the monies you're owing the Gencos. Edoguba, more trouble for LP as Suez emerge. National Working Council appoints ex-speaker, a TV head, and other writers are there, or rather subheadlines for that particular one. Check them out. AGF advocates scrapping of state electoral bodies, and they say that they are just appendages to the government in power of the states. Any governor in power has power over them, so scrap it. Conflicting court orders trail Kano Emirates tussle. And major headline for Vanguard: Labour, private sector operators bicker over minimum wage. Rider, organized labor's 497,000 naira demand unrealistic presidency. Adds affordability key to arriving at any figure. NLC seeks minimum wage for journalists in Nigeria. Cautions against harassment by security agents. And we have AGF others to NAS. Change of anthem by legislative fiat can't work. Oops. Why? Well, I say no more. Daily Independent coming up next with a major headline. AGF makes case for scrapping of state electoral commissioners or commissions, says they are appendage to every incumbent governor. Once functions, powers transferred to INEC. AGF or Zekome won against legislative fiat on national anthem. Above the mask, ASU threatens strike over salary review, varsity funding. We're restating concession of nation's major airports. Keyamo says Nigeria Air remains suspended. All the headlines front page of Daily Independent. Kogi Bayelsa governorships, tribunal affirms Ododo Diri's elections. Children's Day, Tinubu urges modesty, hard work among family units. Sanwo-Olu falls FG's suit against 36 governors over LG's autonomy. We can't be intimidated over our decision on Sanusi Kano government, with the rider court orders Bayero for others to stop parading themselves as emirs. Orders police to evict depose Ado Bayero from palace. And also have Oyagu concludes tenure with banking CEO of the year award in Africa. That is Banking CEO of the Year in Africa award. Congratulations. Trial of Miyetti Allah leader begins tomorrow. And in case you're wondering about that, you may recall that the Miyetti Allah Kutal Hora leader was arrested by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, over an allegation that he unlawfully established an ethnic militia group with the name Kongia Zaman Lafia to promote terrorism. He's been in the custody of the Defense Intelligence Agency in Abuja, so that case will be getting ready to play. And finally, I'll take this one from The Punch and then we'll join Rufai. The Punch has major headline: first anniversary, Tinubu's government awards 6 trillion naira contracts for roads, others with the riders. Roads, airports, projects top 51 infrastructure contracts in 8 months. And we'll have 2 motorcyclists killed in Lagos police station attack. 200 bikes seized, and it was a major thing yesterday, and not a very good thing. Emery tussle, court orders Bayero's eviction. Kano says deposed emir a threat. Dangote refinery eyes 500,000 barrel production capacity by July. We'll join refiner and good morning. Okay, he'll be here shortly. Power, 12 billion naira spent annually on airports. FG considers solar. And nowadays even this is like this. Hello Rufai, good morning.
Bless you. God bless all of our listeners.
Amen to that.
Good. I mean, the account given by the minister still continued. And First Siamo was speaking yesterday, said many things, talked about the state of the airport, talked about the concession. For me, I still feel Minister Kiamu needs to do more. Done things.
Hello? Uh, Hold on, let's try sort that out now. Okay, carry on, carry on.
Okay. So he has tried to see a reproach between warring parts and all of that. That's good. Can the other person hear me?
Can we
And
mute that?
yeah, when
Okay,
you now look
okay.
critically,
Okay, you know what? Let's sort that out. Let's sort that out. Okay, Rufa, we'll get back to you shortly. Let's sort that out. Obviously, I don't know where that is coming from. Not your side, definitely. It may just be the other connection that has that. So,
can you
Rufai,
hear me?
yes, it's better now. Go ahead. Taken care of. Go
Yes.
ahead.
So as I was saying, so he has done some things as regards using the warring part and all of that. Yeah, but we just now need to be able to consolidate more. But one thing I'm very happy he's able to point out, and for all of those who defended Adi Sirika on his wild good chase of Nigeria Air, have they seen the big shame on their faces? Because some people are so shameless in this country. They do things because it might be against their political party, but life is not about political parties. It's about integrity and the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So he has come out now to be able to tell us and tell the world that there was a lot of shenanigans that went on with fraudulent. So for all those that had this, even people high up in that Buhari government didn't believe in Nigerian Air, and he kept on pushing it because of his relationship with Buhari. So I'm happy Minister Kiyamo has been paid for all of that.
And I'm happy that they
But
are all from the same party. You won't say, oh,
and they are all
Whalers
from the same party.
versus,
But
yeah.
but in all fairness, after this 1 year, to a large extent, I am not pleased with this administration. There's a lot that still needs to be done. And what the ministers have been saying and all of that, you will see that to a large extent, they've not really done a lot. I this morning, let me just read you excerpts of some Premium Times editorial on Tinubu's 1 year administration. They say sadly insecurity has been areas the economy, banditry and kidnapping are everywhere. The Northwest and North Central remains rivulets of blood of thousands killed by non-state actors. Farmers afraid of being killed or kidnapped can't farm anymore. Tinubu's recognition of this perhaps is the reason for his support of state policing as part of settling Nigeria's security doctrine. Only a handful of ministers are active. The president needs to review the performance of his team going forward in order to salvage whatever is possible of his deserving electoral promises. Nigeria's inability to supply crude to Dangote refinery, oil companies resort to use of barges to ship their crude to export terminals. As oil theft escalates, the lack of due process in major road contracts, the indulgence of corruption in custom personnel, while sparing looters of the humanitarian ministry are poignant echoes of the dean, whatever is glaze of his stewardship so far. In a democracy, a president is not above the law. He seems indifferent to the canon in his flagrant violation of Section 14 of Section 3 of the Constitution, which outlaws nepotism, ethnic imbalance. In charge of the Ministry of Finance, Central Bank, Federal Inland Revenue, Army, Police, Justice, Supreme Court, Customs, Immigration, EFCC, Ministry of Power, Office of the Chief of Staff, and Petroleum Ministry, which he mans personally, which is certainly not an acceptable way of managing Nigeria's diversity. Across the broad spectrum of Nigerian, visceral anger along the dean over hunger and suffering is common. It took the IMF disclosure that subsidies are still being covertly paid on fuel to not official denial. Anyway, the Minister of Petroleum, State for Petroleum and Gas, Heineke Lokobri, still went ahead to tell half truths that subsidy is not being paid. He said officially. So when somebody tells you that officially something is being paid, he's trying to exonerate himself while he knows that subsidy is being paid. So you see, this 1 year has been a 1 year of a lot of false starts. Let me also give you a quick data background of the 1 year in office. 1 year ago, petrol price was 238. Today is 701. Diesel price was 844 1 year ago. Today is 1,415. 67% increase. Inflation rates, food inflation rates then was 24.8%. Today is 40.5%. Plus 37.52% increase. Inflation rate was 22.41%. Today is 33.69%. Plus 31% increase. All share index 55,000 points. Today is 97,000 points. The stock market is doing good. You know why? Because we've been doing lots of market operations. Foreign reserve was 35 billion when Tinubu came to power. Today is 32 billion. It has dropped by plus 6%. Exchange rate was 461 official when he came to power. Today is 1,479. Public debt was 87 trillion when Tinubu came to power. Today is 97.3 trillion. Oil production then was 1.1 million barrels. Today is 1.28 million barrels. Interest rate was 18% then. Today is 26.2%. GDP was 2.51, but today is 2.98. And this is also coupled with the fact that the GDP price slumped from 3 point something growth in the last quarter. It has now dropped to 2.98. So it just shows that a lot more work needs to be done.
But you remember the president said that the bleeding days are over. We're going to start experiencing gains now. Maybe these figures are the bleeding days. Maybe we're moving to a new phase.
With due respect, we are still continuing the bleeding days. Because there are no fundamentals, except people are going to lie to you, except a miracle happens. There are no fundamentals. You say the bleeding days are over, but your economy that grew about 3 point something percent in the last quarter, all of a sudden has now slumped to 2.98%. These are bleeding days. Inflation still keeps rearing its ugly head. These are bleeding days. Cost of living has gone up. These are bleeding days. And the earlier we realize this, the better it is for us. As regards the emirship tussle, I think I need to set some facts clear empirically. The Federal High Court does not have jurisdiction over chieftaincy matters. It is the state matters. So the court order they purportedly got lacks jurisdiction. And let me quote case law for you this morning. And for further reading, you can go and read this day and read Ikepo Braithwaite's article on the lawyer part of this day. Banex Engineering Company Limited versus River State Government and Ano says that where a law established, firmly established, a court cannot either by mistake or misunderstanding confine itself with statutory jurisdiction where it does not exist in a case. So them trying to couch this case of violation of human rights to be able to confer jurisdiction on the Federal High Court does not exist, because in Sanusi's case, his human rights was violated when he was banished. In Adebayo's case, there was no banishment, so there was no human rights violated. So we cannot deceive ourselves. Secondly, the Kano State government has not going to do they are not going to do the correct thing by going to a court yesterday to be able to get a court order
within their own jurisdiction.
Within the state jurisdiction that can actually look at state chieftaincy matters. So in terms of jurisdiction, the Kano State, High Court now applies. I think it was Justice Amina or something. So with that speaking, I think hitherto they have not declared Adebayo a security threat, because in fact I hear Premium Time was reporting this morning that there were gunfire that rang out in the palace overnight. So we don't know which palaces and all of that. So with all of this, I think it is now time for us to be able to lay this to rest. And secondly, when you check the law of land, Sanusi was wrongly violated in the last one, because you see, he wasn't given right of fair hearing. And there were many things that Gandhi in a rush to be able to bully Sanusi could not prove. So if all of this existed, then, and the correction was done to the hitherto violation, then it's just only right to allow the rule of law take its course.
I wanted to chip in here. Where is he getting the military protection? In fact, let's just say police protection from? Or uniformed protection from, because he came in the military there. That was why they were talking about the NSA and all of this.
So that's a very fantastic question. All of a sudden, we are seeing Adebayo getting military protection for a court order that lacks jurisdiction in the first place.
And from who?
So, and people are already even now raising concerns about the signature of the judge on the court order.
They look very different.
That they look very different and all of that. And even if Lima is going to, if people now say that, okay, you can use Zoom to be able to sit and all of that, did Lima take his rope with him when he traveled? because you have to go through the processes. It has to be advertised on the website. It has to be, go through the process. It has to be filed, and all of this process was just done in one day. And also, a court order for an action has been performed. You take an ex parte to stop. An ex parte should come out for an action that before it's performed, so that you can hold status quo. So these are the many things. But I know all of this bickering will simmer down in the coming days. Let the rule of law prevail. Let's allow peace return to Kano. Whatever promoter is reporting, I just hope it's not the case, that we're having gunfire ring outs, because Kano does not need that distortion as we speak today.
And Rufai, this is a point where the government should also step in. The fact that you find soldiers making themselves available when there are civil issues, man, woman fighting, one will bring the soldier man.
No,
you buy something, Banex Plaza, you call soldier.
Yeah, it's a reflection of the lawlessness. Till today, I don't know if Banex Plaza has been opened.
Yeah, they reopened it.
Okay, they've reopened it. Yeah. Thank God.
And the caption is...
And concerning Banex Plaza, I hope you know, somebody sent me a voice that... it was not, the matter doesn't even directly concern the soldier. Now, what happened was that somebody came to buy something.
Exactly.
Then, when the thing was bad, he now went to call soldier. So, when the nation started calling soldier to come and fight for people, so now, because if I know soldier now, I can just use soldier to operate. And the place was shut down, and the military said nothing about it. Anyway, I've told them in Banex Plaza, they should sue the military. Just like the Okwama incident. Anyway, when they sue the government that will pay them. When government keeps paying all this endless fine, they'll call all the people for that. Because you can't have a reckless state.
And the headline, the headline I saw for it went, military reopens Banex Plaza. How? Why? Where? What's their business in civil issues?
Tinubu had better rein all of this. We're fast becoming on that military state. We're better rein all of this in. Because I've not seen any difference now between what he is allowing to happen with the military and what was obtainable in the days of Abacha that he fought against.
Okay. Last lap.
Yeah, last lap. Many stories are still making the rounds across the country. There's still activities around the first year and all of that. And Nigerians are spending a lot of money on data. And that's a reflection of the way the world is growing. And that's some good empirical facts, And once again, as we celebrate Children's Day, I hope you know that 39% of Nigerian kids are in child labor.
I tell you.
And that's a sad reality and an indictment of our lives. May God help us.
Amen to that. May we try and help ourselves. Thank you so much, Rufai. Have a beautiful day. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the cross thing with Ejiro. The line seemed to be off right now, but don't worry, I will greet her for you when you come. Thank you so much, Rufai. I will get Ejiro to join us now as we move on to her own bit, and right after her, we will now join you for your own segment of this parliamentarian thing going on here. Ejiro, good morning.
Good morning, Cordelia. Yeah. Onye vume kevo we omasasa.
Maria Mesasa. It depends, Abiodun. Abiodun is looking at us with evil eyes.
Abiodun, don't let me come and take those beautiful eyes of yours.
Welcome.
Good morning, Nigeria. I hope we're all doing good this morning.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So where would you want to start
All right,
from?
so it's interesting how... So there was this story that got my attention. It's with regards to this young boy whose teacher, apparently in the name of discipline the young man, ended up tying his hands with iron. So the story is that the young man, and the teacher did not, from what I gathered, can you hear me?
Yes, now. Hello?
The network is a bit dodgy this morning.
Yes, it is a bit dodgy.
Hello?
All right, go ahead. We hear you better now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the teacher, who, according to them, claimed that this young man stole a phone, even though the phone was not found in his hands, disciplined this young man in a corporal form. What he did was that he tied the young man's hands with wire of some sort. It was so badly tied that the young man hand got infected and they had to amputate it at the hospital, all because of in the name of a stolen phone. And this calls into question the conversation about balancing discipline in school. Corporal punishment, extreme forms of punishment within school environment on children is a case of child abuse, non-negotiable. That's child maltreatment. You cannot, in the name of disciplining a child, engage in such extreme form of corporal punishments that leads to the amputation of a young man's hand. The other question was, where were the parents when this incident happened? Your child comes home, right? You can see that your child's hand has been badly mangled. You did nothing, as it were, to see to it that the infection does not become problematic. So the hand that was tied, that became infected, was left to rotten, more or less, that led it to the point it had to be amputated. So that is a big problem. And I think parents should begin to understand that, look, this is why we're talking about that issue about cultism. When your children come home every day, try and check their bags. Know what's inside their bags. Go under their bed. If they stay in their own rooms alone, go under their bed. Check around without them knowing that you are also doing your surveillance. You must always survey your children, because you never can tell. When your child brings something that is not yours, in other words, you did not buy for that child, and it's foreign, you must question your children what they bought. But we're also saying that the penal code, even though the penal code states categorically in a way that allows the application of the Sharia law, right, in northern Nigeria, because this happened in northern Nigeria as well, even though it is categorized as part of their disciplinary form of law, molded from their cultural, traditional, and religious beliefs system, it still does not mean that an individual, like the teacher in that school, will single-handedly become both the persecutor as well as the judge and the one who carries out the sentencing. No teacher should have that kind of power over the lives of students.
This reminds me of the issue that happened in Ajayi Crowther University, where they said, oh, the boy stole a phone and they beat him from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Friday stroke Saturday, and the young man died. And they said, oh, he stole a phone, which somehow I feel it may just be a lie. That boy may not have done anything like that, because another report is now coming out that, oh, I think they were trying to get him to join a cult. He refused and it was subjected to that. The young man has died. They've arrested about 12 or so people all together. And one wonders, when that was happening in the school, where was the security agency of the school? Did nobody see to say something? Is the school that bad that people are afraid to report things when they happen? Just like the one you asked about, these parents, the child was with you day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, up to the point that they had to get rid of the child's hands. So these things are bringing a lot of things to the fore, and I think it's a lot of negligence, the part of the parents, the part of those who are supposed to be teachers, and it's sad. Just like that, the child is
what this tells us? Is handicap, both hands amputated, not one, both hands. So this is where it comes to bear. We're living in a country where the rule of law is not regarded. We're lawless people in a lawless country. Let us face the reality. And until we also collectively, as a people, understand that, look, whether you like it or not, there is no world, there is no country where orderliness and structured way of doing things and respect for the rule of law is treated with irrelevance. The countries we seem to praise overseas that says things are working, they work because the people are lawful. And they want to be lawful, and they understand that it is necessary for all of us to be lawful. The way we disregard street signs, for example, and traffic signs, rather, for example, on the way, we are such a pathetic people. Then let's look at the issue of jungle justice. We are now beginning to see. I am not saying all of us. I agree. Me, I'm a very strict, and I want a very good. That's another thing again too. Going to a proper licensed, and I mean when I say see the two words, proper and licensed car training school, right? It's very, very important, because the truth is they will put you through a set of rigor when you're going for this training, that they don't burn you after they train you unless something wrong with you, unless you are psychologically not okay. Then you will now come back and continue in the same manner that you were before you went for that training. So that's another thing. It is a fact. So they should be doing more of that psychological testing for Nigerians. Let them implement it to the latter, because somehow a nut inside all of us. If like one nut don't come out, and we just like to disregard law. So this comes to the issue of mass justice, the jungle justice thing. And I think I played that out in that my book Distortion, to show you that the psychology of us as a people, is that because our judiciary has failed us, our legislator has failed us, we just feel that to get justice sometimes it is the only way to inflict it. But jungle justice also does not mean you take laws into your hand to the point where you will beat somebody from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. But that one occultism, it's very clear case. So if the guy no agree, confess, or do what they want, or no survive the beating, that means he's not qualified to be part of the cults. That's a different ball game. Then we look at this issue of what Nollywood is doing, and what social media is doing, and what movies are doing to the young minds of our young children. What is happening is that we're beginning to see a generation of young children who have been fed with so much social media toxicity that they think they can act it out. They no longer see the difference between a movie, a reality, and then extreme abuse of the law. The time has come where we will say that children who physically assault other children, because there's something called the child on violence, child crime, those children will they will be disciplined. They will go to their own kind of penitentiary of some sort, where they will go put them, so that you go learn, say you cannot just physically assault another person, whether in the name of play, whether in the name of violence, whether in the name of blame, because if it causes physical harm, you will go there. So time for us to really implement that. Let me quickly then go on to the matter of the Daily Times. This Nigerian air remains suspended. There was never a Nigerian air. There was never a Nigerian air. So let's not even kid ourselves. my sister Godila, they laugh. There was never one.
Shout.
So I don't know why we keep we keep giving it Nigerian air. What does that even mean?
Yeah,
You know? And
Kayama
shame
said
on to federal government.
it was just painted. It was just painted.
Hinted, they try well. Yeah, they try well because now breeze few Nigeria that's right. So at the bottom line of this matter, they say, make we shame on to the federal government of Nigeria first. Shame on to them first. Because the thing they say they don't flop many times. They have brought ministers upon ministers of incompetence that has no business managing our aviation sector. The Nigerian aviation sector is not a sector that you dash to somebody as a political gift of appointment to compensate that person for electing you into governance, or for playing a crucial back role in the political run-up to your election that made you emerge as president or as governor. Those are sectors that you don't joke with. You can look for other sectors where you can do dash, but you see the major sector that drives an economy, that makes an economy very productive. You should bring the very best hands. And time for governors, presidents, and other politicians to understand this, whether we like it or not. In the run-up to elections, remember that you are going to need the professionals as well as the typical politicians you are going to appoint. You must come to a point where you understand that there are some people who will not engage in politics because of the way we play politics. And even if the politics were even good, some people just don't want to be in that political environment of tussling it out with anybody. So we must come to a point where our governance understands that, okay, for our politics to work in Nigeria, we need to have both the professionals who will never ever step into the spotlight or realm of tussling it out on the dirty political ground or clean political ground, as the case may be. Instead, we want to be bringing these people as heads of these affairs, right? Managed subsidiarily with some people who are part of the political machinery that made the emergence of their own person into power. It has to come to that point, because it should be say, if they continue like this, it only tells us that our Nigerian politicians do not want Nigeria to work, because they like that when it does not work, it benefits them. So that one is a big one. And the fact that they have to get Saudi Arabia to revive the cargo flight operations, I'm a bit sad or saddened by that conversation, because the truth is we have all the manpower, we have the brain power, we have the resources ourselves. The fact that we don't even always look inwards to solve our problems, but always look out externally to people outside to be the ones to tell us how to manage ourselves. That is a mental problem we need to resolve as a people. It is a serious mental character issue that we must resolve as a people. And this goes back to how we are running our educational institutions in Nigeria. Very recently, because I'm doing a study on it, and what I discovered is this: we have incompetent teachers, lecturers who have no business lecturing in the corridors of the school system. These people have never practiced in real life what things can be like. Many of them do not even understand the framework of the school curriculum that they run and why it matters. They are just there. They punch you with plenty. They tell you must buy books, you must buy handouts, or as the case may be, and they force you to get all of these books. They are all theoretical. And then if you read Nigerian books, start to say, I am sorry, but many of the Nigerian books that are meant for education, right? And I don't mean literary. I don't mean literary books. Literary books, Nigerians are doing very well. I'm talking not so much, but there are areas where they're doing very well. But I'm talking about books that are meant for academic study and academic purposes. The language we are using in English, the English language you use in our Nigerian academic research work, they are derivatives of the 1970s English language. If you go Oyibo land now, you see that English what they speak now, then they speak them again. Now we see them for 1970s, 1960s English of Oyibo people. So time don't reach make one understand that it's not about saying the substantiation evidence of the subsidiary points of view. No. You've got to come to the point where you have to break these things down for our young people. Look Oyibo books from the academics, whether not from Harvard or whether not from Boston or whether not from Yale. If you see the literature of the academic literature, you go see the simplicity and yet the depth and richness and sophistication of what they are talking about. It's easy to read. The data are there. You are motivated to want to even practice what you're doing. These days, what is happening is our Nigerian education system is destroying our mentality and limiting our people from being smarter. I talk that truth. Our education system in Nigeria is raising a generation of young Nigerian youth not to think, but to become dullards. And that's why our children are saying that education is a scam. We must address that problem.
Yeah, we must.
Phenomenon that emerges from a society where children think like that means something is wrong, and we must address that problem.
I agree with you. The other day I was hearing somebody say that sometimes you find some lecturers, doctors, professors, and so on, mainly those ones going for doctorate and so on, they get students, give them assignments that they will collate different things. They'll give them the assignments. Maybe they will even say you not pass or you pass. And at the end of the day, those things collected by the students, they now use those things for their own research.
They are useless. They are useless, not practical.
Minus not being what it is, they now use it, those findings by the students, to do their own papers for submission for
their own.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very sad.
Plagiarism. Students should start suing them.
I tell you.
Students should start suing their lecturers for plagiarism. Don't pity them. Those people they don't pity you, so don't pity them. The final one, and then I'll wrap up. Amid penetration surge, Nigerians spend over 500 billion on data in QI. Yes. You see this data matter, and as a country, we know we're supposed to spend money for data the way we spend data. It has become an exploitative system where the framework that manages our ICT infrastructure do not really exist. And where they exist, it is so badly managed because we don't power our own country's own electricity. And we are making companies suffer so much, and then they exploit us. I mean, why would we have to spend so much like that? At the end of the day, I beg, our ICT in Nigeria, our NICOM SAC, our every technologically driven institutions, they need to sit up. We are supposed to be more than this. They say that in the next few years, before you know it, every person on earth, 1 out of 4 persons on earth will be an African, and that should be a blessing. May we make Nigeria work again.
Amen to that. Thank you very much, Ejiro Mukuru, for your own bit this morning. Have a beautiful day.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much, Ejiro. And thank you for your patience, for listening. We're going to do our own beat now from now till 8:30 or 8:25. You'll be calling, but I'll take a quick breather first and then be back. I'll give you the phone numbers. I'll give you our house rules. And every parliament has a what do they have now? Beringa, or we don't have chief whip here. What do we have? But I have a chief finger here that if the time just past 90 seconds, poops, it goes. So try and stick to that time. Keep your points, everything within 90 seconds so that we'll have room for everybody. Stay with us.
Are tuned to the city's number one super dial on Voice of the People.
From the views on the streets
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Let's start off now. You'll be calling 0700 903 903 903 and 0817 175 6338. That is the WhatsApp number. You could also send your messages there. You could please turn down the volume on your radio set. You tell us where you're calling from and your name, and we go straight to the point. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
This is Mr. Tony from Kaduna.
Tony, how are you? Good morning. Go ahead.
Fine, you don't chop 10 seconds out of my time. Please, you
Because
should take note of that.
oh yeah, now carry on. You don't chop 5 by yourself.
Yeah, good morning, Nigeria. We have been talking about politics, aviation, and different things. Please, I want you to verify this as an investigative journalist. Please, the rainy season is setting in right here in. And there is something I want you to please take the time to find. Farmers have started going to farm, but we should all take note and note that these so-called hoodlums, as come to call them, bandits, these thieves, that is what I call them, they have started exploiting farmers. They will tell a farmer to come and pay some dues before you can continue. Please make your research, make findings. Please, I would want you to do that.
Oh well,
if you have journalists around,
it's already in the news. It's already in the news.
Already in the
and a governor,
but nobody is giving it any adequate attention.
That should be the
Nobody is giving
now.
it any adequate attention. Please, by the time food prices start skyrocketing again, please, we should note that there is a problem on ground that have not been tackled. If people who are not non-state actors will ask you, a farmer who will look for money to get fertilizers, to look for money to buy fuel, to do so much work in your farm, now some non-state actors will ask you to come and pay some amount before you can cultivate your own land, and also come back and pay before you can harvest your crops.
Hello? Okay, got that, Tony. And a state governor even came out to say the same thing, that they have to pay to go to the farms, complaints here and there. We just need the government to step up in that regards, because there's nothing the farmer can do, nothing I can do. And I hope that the government actually does something fast. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And how are you?
I'm fine. How is okay? This is Monse, right? Yes.
Yes. This is Peter Monse. Actually, for the past few days, since Thursday last week, I was out of Lagos, your state.
Yes, I suspected. You were missing in
So
action.
I came about yesterday when I tried. My line was picked, but the network misbehaved, and it went off.
So sorry.
So this morning, I'll just say I have to be with you. Now, my sister, we had all the report that Rufai gave about the statistics of Nigeria within 1 year of Tinubu reign. It talks about the exchange rate, talks about the inflation in food prices. It talks about our foreign reserves. In any of those, I think he read so many of them, I couldn't pencil down everything. Is there anyone that is looking up? Is there anyone that is showing that Nigeria is a serious country, that our leaders are serious? Is there anyone that can convince me that if I must use my word, mark that, if I must use my word, I will not say that, look, Nigeria is like dead. It was formerly on life support, on oxygen, under Buhari. But under Tinubu, everything died. Look at manufacturing companies have died. And then Nigerian's economy have died. Educational system gone. Everything gone under 1 year of Tinubu. Now, can anybody now tell me that Nigerian flag should not be flown half-mast? That we are mourning? Tomorrow should be a day of mourning in Nigeria. That somebody came up and then everything died in the country. And it doesn't care. You see, things are going, the days of bleeding are over. And Nigerians are bleeding the more.
Hello? Oh, sorry, one off, but I got your point, and I pray that truly the days of bleeding are over. Ola Dewale, I got your greetings from ATL. How are you? Can the minister tell Nigeria what is not fraudulent in his ministry? Because we want to know. EFCC chairman, you call him Pastor EFCC, do you have Nigeria Air in your docket? And how about the recovered loot? We want to know. Remember, he told us that the monies get paid into the Federation account. And you say, sorry, Mr. Rufai, there is no miracle in the game of cards they are playing. And Chairman EFCC, where is Yahaya Bello and Betta Edu? Do you have the case of a former accountant general in your docket? Because Nigerians really need to know. I have your Austrian page, Ugbaja. Good, the shameless Wale Shoinka. You're referring to the English and you're saying that one is outdated 1960 English anyway. I don't know. Ajayi boy, you said your late boy was bullied and killed for other reasons. Good morning. Hello, good morning. I've picked yours. All right, it dropped there. Just try and call back. When you do, I'll definitely will take it. Hello, thank you from Spain.
Okay. This is Renadi calling from Spain.
All right, go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah. So, Odeli, I want to talk on this add on this electoral tribunal. All
right.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I want it to be on record, because I'm not a prophet. And Nigeria, we always forget when where the rain started beating us. Let it be on a record that with what is happening in this electoral tribunal, very soon you see that election will be bloody. Instead of voters card, people will be going with this. Themselves before going to this election to vote. If after what they do, what you can do, grab it, run with it, and at the end, the people go to court. Court will not do anything. I'm afraid. Just watch out. Just mark my word. That very soon, Nigeria election will be bloody. Under the watch of Arewola, look at what is happening. It will be in a record that it's Arewola on his watch, under his watch. This thing happened. Nigeria should not forget that this started today. This time, not maybe in future they will say that maybe the chief justice then it will be the problem. It's Arewola. That's the only thing. On this Tinubu that I believe and I'll be advising.
Let's go back a bit. Okay. Let's go back a bit because that would be a huge thing to just say on radio. Let's be patient and see how things work out, because they're saying now, let's have just one instead of states and federal all dragging over election matters and so on. I think we should be patient to see how.
Look at what's happening.
Hold on now, because it's too strong a comment to just make on the air that it will be bloody.
No, I'm just
so and so person. You understand what I'm saying, though?
Okay, exactly. I understand.
Okay, all right.
Like what happened in Imo and the Kogi? The result was there before the election, before the people went to vote. Now look at what the court has. Oh no, I pray.
It doesn't happen, so.
But
our 90 seconds is over, right?
Okay.
Thank you. Enjoy a beautiful day.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, I got your message. Good morning, Benjamin from Shogunle. Yesterday was Children's Day, and we have millions of our children out of school, millions of our children in IDP camps, and the government never tells our children yesterday, or told our children yesterday, their plans to return out of school children to school, stop child labor, stop child trafficking. Rather, our government are interested in cutting cakes for our children. But you heard the president, he said it, that they are going to do everything possible to make the future better for our children. 1 year in office of President Tinubu, insecurity, hardship, hunger, suffering increasing day by day. Where is the renewed hope promised by President Tinubu, I ask? Benjamin from Shogunle. Hello, good morning. Hello? Yeah, morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
How was your celebration yesterday?
Very fine, thank you. And yours?
Fine, thank God.
Go ahead.
Mr. Ben from Eva.
Okay, go ahead.
The 500 billion you spent on for the first 4 months. Nigeria spent 400 billion on that. It's not a bad thing, because Nigerians also benefit. People stream their music, their film, so many things. Even churches, everything is an opportunity for everybody to go into it. Not because you can see it as a wish. As because I go to stand and do it in that plaza. Look at this man that complained from North that they pay tax. If it is normal tax, and it's not much problem. These people can charge as much as 100 million, 300 million for farmers. And farmers will be contributing more. Even before they enter the river to fish, they will pay a good amount of money. Before they come out to start facing what is on the road, to hire truck. A truck will buy diesel and facing task force on the road. And that is, Mr. President is not talking concerning that. Anytime Mr. President want to work, they will hear not an elder. They will hear all this. They will say, we will not vote for you again. We will not do this again. He will go inside. What is the work of new Rivers? What is the work of defense minister? The terrorists are collecting hundreds of millions from farmers, and if you fail to pay, they will cut off the head of that person. And that is why we cannot buy this. We cannot buy cassava. They are cutting off what the farmer said in the forest. If they pay, they give them receipt. They will pay in group, and they will give them receipt. Before you farm, you pay. Before you can waste, you pay. Before you harvest, you pay. Before you transport it, you pay. Even if you succeed in all this, they'll come to your house and still collect the remaining money with you. There are these types of destroying them in the north. And Mr. President doesn't care. Why can't Mr. President assess how much has given to his ministers for this 1 year? What have you done with it? If he doesn't have the capacity to assess how much billions he has given, this woman of humanitarian affairs they have transferred money. Conditional cash transfer has gone on. 50,000 have gone. 20,000 have gone. 10,000 have gone. Who received it? I think that anybody can call and tell you he received anything. Mr. President doesn't have capacity to assess, to call his ministers and ask them question. What is going on? Look at the Umay. He said that 1 kilometer is 4 billion. Now another one, you will hear 15 trillion for the 700 kilometers.
Hello? Okay, I think you hit 90 seconds there. Thank you very much. From His Royal Highness Bisi Nwoko and Oshodi, the Nigerian air was a total scam. It's very bad and unfortunate that a whole country will be deceived into believing that it was a true project. I don't believe. All involved in this scam should be arrested and made to face the law. I agree with that. Martin Zuru, aka Mayor from Ikotu Egbe, good morning to you too. Federal government telling Labour that their demand is unrealistic, but to buy SUV cars worth 160 million naira each is realistic. Abi, please tell Festus Kayamil That's okay. What you said there was rather rude. For children celebrating their day yesterday without food is a pity. Most of our children go to bed without food. May we never witness a party like APC in our lifetime again, in Jesus' name. Amen to that. 0700 903 903 903 is the number you'll be calling. And remember to stick to the time, 90 seconds, so more can come in. Good morning.
Yeah, Madam Cordelia.
Morning. How are you today?
Fine, ma. It's in the neck on the line, ma.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Please, ma, I want to ask you a question, please. The Nigeria air exists because I come to understand that it is something that exists that you will suspend. Nigeria air does not exist. Our Cremo is suspending Nigeria air.
Is a project.
Please, we are begging them.
Is a project.
We are begging them that. I know. What I'm trying to say is this. The former aviation minister is an APC member, appointed by Buhari, APC head of state. So we are not supposed to become telling Nigerian story. We don't need any story from them. They should go after all those men to recover what fund they embezzled there. For us to see them as a serious people. It can't come and be talking to us like kids. You know? It's enough of this joke, please. We are begging them. As a nation, let them put sanity in what they are doing small for us to respect them. You know the man that left the office before you, and you are there complaining like a shark. You are there complaining like a shark. Why don't you go after him and get him hand-graded so that he will give you account of what he did before you? In terms of us complaining about the society we are finding ourselves, Mom, let me tell you, so far as judiciary will not take their work as a judiciary to become that last hope of a common man. Now they become what a common man don't want to attend in his life. That means people will be taking law into their own hand. And it is very, very bad for our country.
Thank you very much, Nemeka. I hope the judiciary listening, people are beginning to lose too much faith. They're losing faith too much. Do something fast to save us from people who will be taking laws into their own hands. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Cornelia.
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah. I'm calling from Oshodi.
Okay, your name?
My name is Mommy G.
Mommy G, you know, I need to ring the bell for you because all women deserve my bell.
Thank you, Cordelia.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yesterday was our Children's Day. A church organized Children's Day. Cordelia, there is hungry in the land. The Reverend Father only organized for the members of the church. But what was there in the church was more than what we expected. Please, the government of Nigeria should look into our children. And again, about our education is down. Seriously. Please, our government should try. They should try, please. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too, Mommy G. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, Cordelia and VOP crew. This is Sawaje from Shasha. Good morning, sir. I commend the move by President Tinubu to get autonomy for all our 774 local government councils. I equally challenge the governors of the 36 states to go to court and challenge the federal government over the right to appoint INEC chairman, Chief Justice of Nigeria, and heads of federal establishments that superintend over most of our affairs. The governors are too busy thinking of the gains the present situation confers on them instead of using this request by FG to seek for true federalism. Waje Osadebe in Shasha. Thank you so much for your message. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Cordelia.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yes, I like it today. My first time to call on your show. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Stop it.
I'm telling you, Sister Cordelia, how is the work now?
My brother, I dey wait for NSC minimum and maximum wage, everything put together. but we did try.
Now, so you people are trying at least giving us chance to hear how it is happening. It's not easy. It's not easy for this country. My sister, it's not easy. People are suffering. People are dying. I'm Mr. Paulinus. I'm calling from Missoula.
Welcome, Paulinus.
Mr. Paulinus from Missoula. Yes.
So which of the stories do you want to take now?
Yeah, like now, before God and man, my children, 3 children, we don't have something to eat yesterday night. Even this morning now, they are going to school. I would cry and I don't know. And the school that they are going, somebody is sponsoring them because I have disability. I broke my 2 legs. I'm in one place. It's 4 years. My wife even left me and run away because of my condition. But God bless VOP fans that's helping me. They are here for me. I love this station. I love the callers. I love the presenters. I say, God bless all of you in Jesus' name. Amen.
All the best, yeah? All the best. Thank you so much, Mr. Paulinus, for calling. All right. And it's not easy, but I pray it gets easier for all of us. And all the best to you, I say again. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. I'm fine. How are you? What's your name?
My name is David. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Welcome, David, from IKD. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to talk about autonomy for the local government.
Yes.
Tinubu, when he was in Lagos as governor, he was the one that, destroyed that very policy. The hijacked local council did not allow people to recognize them. That is one thing. And now, I don't know how it's going to revive that section because every governor in the country now, they have seen the enjoyment that is in that sector. I don't know how they are going to relinquish power over council. If you come to where I live in Ikorodu here, the rules are bad. And when you ask the council chairman, they will say they only manage what they are giving. I don't know where we are going in this country. So that is my own comment this morning.
Thank you very much.
The man, they should just do the needful and let Nigeria breathe. If they can't continue like this, they cannot do. They should release the power to those who can manage it for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you too, sir. Have a beautiful day. 12 billion naira spent on power at the airport clearly shows the incompetence of the federal government over the years. Hedi Serika should be mandated to return all the billions he allegedly stole from the ghost Nigeria Air. We must only support elected and government officials that are ready to serve and not looting still. May God help and heal our land. Franco Nero sent that in from the U.S. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine up here.
All right, your name?
Hello, my name is Philip. Calling from Ado.
All right.
Sister, this country, you hear me?
I did hear you.
Are you hearing?
I can hear you.
As he's moving, as he's moving, I don't like it too. Every day, from wake up, say billion. This money they are eating is not good, though. This money is for to use to repair this country. Why are they behaving like this? You people are journalists. You're supposed to tell.
Your line is breaking. Hello? Okay, you know what? You call back. Call back. I need to hear what you want to tell us journalists to do. More than this one that I have done. I need you to call back. The line just went crazy on its own, so try call back. Prince Iotech from Arena Market, I have yours here. Good morning to you too. It's quite unfortunate that Nigeria as a country did not have an airline, which is a major source of income. But Sirika killed our airplane. Okay. Our advice would be to accept a merger on one condition. if he'll be a presidential candidate. Atiku should support to be or become an elder statesman to retrieve power from APC, because for APC merger with other political parties to take power from PDP. Okay, you're saying because they did that. There is no need for the 1 year anniversary in office because they only inflict Nigerians with hunger, poverty, insecurity. So what are they celebrating, if I may ask? People are referring to Buhari days in office as good old days. Therefore, this administration, you believe, you feel, is a failure. Just the first year. Let's see what the other years will bring. Prince Ayotech from Arena Market, and the president has said that it will get better from this point. I want to believe that, and I say amen to that. Good morning. Hello? Good morning. Hello? All right, you call me back because I picked the call. I can hear some crackling there, but not you. From Mazi Gochuku, a.k.a. Elder General Isheri Shun. The issue of Nigeria Air, the audio airline, is a disgrace to this country. The minister involved should be used as a scapegoat. Mr. President should remove all his underperforming ministers. If he is expecting green lights, we're still waiting for the response on SOS from Igbama community in Imo State concerning the activity of the notorious police officer Inspector Chika Dibia, aka Kill and Bury. At this point, I'd like to ask you, the people in that zone, what have they done? Have they written to the authorities that be, for instance, the person in charge of that local government area, or even have they gone to the commissioner in charge of such affairs? Have they gone to the governor's office? Have they maybe staged a peaceful protest to press on their demands or their concerns? I think they should take some steps too for something to also happen. Hello, good morning. All right, please call back. Osano from Olodia Papa. How be that president of Nigeria has absolute power when things are working well, but when crimes like Nigeria Air happens, it will not be held responsible as regards Buhari? Doesn't the buck stop on his desk? Big question. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Yes, how are you?
Yes, I'm okay. That's Cordelia Ogbe.
Yeah, Cordelia Ogbe, yes. And your name?
Yes. My name is Charles. Charles from Mother.
Welcome, Charles. Charles was my father's name.
Thank you very much. It's been a long time I've been trying to get through to you.
So is this your first time here? Hold on.
Hello? I'm lucky to get through to you this morning now.
I give you the bell. Welcome. All
Thank you.
Talk,
Thank
Nico,
you so
before
much.
the line go cut, so you know how they behave.
Thank you. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to... Hello?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Can hear me. Yes, I want to comment on the young man that stole food that was killed, that was beaten to death.
Yeah.
You see, if the police are doing their job very well, I don't think that type of situation will arise. If somebody steals, I would take him or her to the police station. There was one that happened recently. Somebody's phone was stolen, and he took the man who stole the phone to the police station. The police were demanding 30,000 naira for the man whose phone was stolen. And they caught the guy quite all right. So tell me, to give the police 30,000 naira, how? On what ground? Then what did the gentleman did? He said, leave the guy, let him go. Let the phone go. If tell me, how will what do you call this double justice? Where will it stop under this situation we find ourselves? You know. So this is the cause. Look, you use law to build an orderly society. Is that what you are doing here? Our order is the other way around. So until we do what is right, then the people too, the followers, we equally do what is right, because the people that are leading are not doing well. So tell me how the followers how will they kill?
All right. Hello? Oh, okay. Thank you so much also for calling. I think it hit 90 seconds already. Thank you so much. Ola Adewale from ATA, you're asking, Miss Cordelia, can we tell the career politicians to take a hike because they are bad for Nigeria? And do we need to beg the politicians to do what they're excessively being paid to do? That is a big question. Excessively being paid to do. We have to beg them. Good morning, brother. You say good morning to Cordelia. Tinubu and APC government is struggling to see one thing to present to Nigerians as 1 year achievement. But that can be possible under corruption. Corruption is a deadly virus that can never allow you to achieve anything until you kill it permanently. Peter Obi said, and I quote, if you are not stealing, your wife is not stealing, your children are not stealing, and your friends are not stealing, you cut it down to 50%. We are waiting for Tinubu 1 year's achievement tomorrow. Kingsley from Egbeda. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. How are you? What's your name?
I'm fine. This is Siduakodo from Solo.
Welcome. Go ahead.
This is this Nigeria. This is talk about Nigeria. You say, I get one of my friends. Nothing like Nigerian. They supposed to know the APC. They supposed to arrest Buhari and the whether Serika Unakola. They supposed to arrest both of them. And this EFCC, they are both. They don't even study their work because they make all of the citizens and all these poor people. They just run, go and arrest them. You see, they arrest them. What about all those people? Huh? So this government, my own, anybody who put for APC, God will not give them better in their life. That's my contribution.
Which kind of prayer be that? You will not vote for them. What you they say? I'm arrest. That your prayer refused to say amen because even they themselves, maybe they are okay thinking something differently now. I got you here, Dio from Fagba. Good morning. Oh, you already believe. That means when I read your messages, Dio, you don't hear me read your message. For this thing that you just said here, I'm tempted not to read this message, but all right, I'm not petty like that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Madam Cordelia.
Oh, this is Port Harcourt boy. Only one person get that ginger. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very, very fine. In fact, I'm not fine, Cordelia.
Okay, sorry now. Your 90 seconds is going, no, it's going, no. They are
Cordelia,
going,
where on earth do farmers pay levy to go to their farm to look for food, to plant? I don't know if this president is really hearing or is really being concerned about our well-being. There's hunger in the land, and somebody goes to his farm to plant, and they need to pay money. It's not fair.
Ha. All right, okay. Thank you so much for that. I got your Zion from Fagba. You picked your call already? All right, good morning. Yeah, welcome. Your name? Oh, your line is very faint and crackly. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now, but there is a lot of static on it.
All
right, go ahead. Let's hear now.
Okay, thank you. Please, what I want to just say about this thing is I believe that Nigerians are seeing all is happening to us. Because whenever we are saying that this is not the way to go, people will start complaining, start taking it so personal, like maybe who have any interest so personal against it or whatever. Everybody is saying it now. One thing I believe that we will never just go.
Your line is a bit dodgy. I don't know what's happening. It's disappearing. It's disappearing. Okay, maybe please hang up. Hopefully you can call back before the end of the program. Hello, good morning. Hello? All right, I'll continue with Dio's message. You said Nigeria has one of the highest out-of-school children in the world as a number due to insecurities, kidnapping, also due to inflation and increase of school fees caused by this government for these 11 years. Is this not intentional to destroy education? Because they believe the more educated you are, the more you'll be able to give to vote rightly and defend yourself. Even protesting, same free school that made them okay. even protesting same-free education that made them what they are today, but they prefer to breed Aguero for vote buying and intimidation for elections. Is this government, are they not destroying the little future we have? They have taken the children's bread and given it to dogs. All right, Dyer from Fagba, I got just, maybe you could do some spacing for me. It makes it a little easier. Jude from Majawa Estate, it's a national shame that Sirika could defraud the country and the government still treating it lightly. Sirika should be put in prison. The money meant to use and develop the staff to be efficient and effective through trainings, he used it to better his life and all the life of his family members. Oh, you're saying he should be in jail. All right. Okay. And I have your message here too. Good morning to you. Cordelia Husseini and Ejiro, there's nothing to celebrate in Tinubu's administration's 1 year in office. You say, oh, we should kindly send you the account details of the amputated man, Didai from Yanokwaja. That is the man who broke both legs. Do you have the details? Do you have his number? Okay, he will try get Biodun will try get it across to you.
From Oshodi.
Okay, your name is what from Oshodi?
Cordelia, please let me ask you one question. Okay. Are we celebrating the money we pay to enter our farm to go and suffer and work? Or are we celebrating bad roads? Or are we celebrating the hunger in the town? Where are our leaders leading us to? They say we should not take law into our hand. All these things is getting too much. Maybe tomorrow, now 1 or 2 youth now will rise. People will be against them. Is it cool like this, the way people are suffering? There is no food, nothing to sell. Then these people now, when they pay money to enter farm, then when they come out with their harvest, they will put the money now. They will put the money. That's why food items are very, very costly in the market. How are we going to survive in this kind of situation, Madam Cordelia? Please tell our president. I don't think they are hearing us. But if they are hearing the masses, they should have done something better than now. What is going on? Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'll be wrapping this up shortly. I'll take your message quickly. And you are Solomon Asika from Mushin. Good morning to you too. We're at internal war within ourselves in our country. Farmers can go to farm, citizens in ID camps in their own nation, increase in everyday living. Tell me, what are these indications? That's a big one. And Mr. Polinos, if you can hear, send a message to that number with your details, or maybe you could also liaise with some others, get his details, and please, you have Mr. Didai's number there, right? Biodun, now you're welcome. You go, you sort that out. Thank you. And let's let you know that, yesterday we couldn't have the interview we were wanting to have with the guests from Kano State, but hopefully today, Honorable Muhammad Jamo Yusuf will be here and we'll be talking about the reinstallation of Sanusi as 16th Emir of Kano and all the other fallouts from this going on right now in Kano State. Thank you so much for your calls this morning. Thank you for being a part of the program. I'll be back by 10:30 to continue with that bit. But right now, we're moving to the next segment. Do we have time for one more call? Nope. So any other call we'll do from 10:30. So please make sure you tune in. Hi guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Cody. How are you this morning?
You go need that hands up. Close your eyes now. Cody is for people from village. Me, I'm city girl, so it's
no. I'm a village girl.
Leave that village for only one man.
I'm a village, Everybody come from village. Leave all this one where they deal.
Stop that. In the
Cordelia.
No, if you won't call me Delia.
Cody. Now town people they do now.
I did town now.
I'm from village. I'm from Imo State.
See him. You must give a quick again. Then you want stop it though.
If that's the case, let's change the name to Canadian language. Kedele.
You for cuckoo.
It don't spoil everything.
You for cuckoo call am Canada Dry. If your cuckoo be Canada Dry, not be even
Cordelia.
The one with pain me past that the ones who will say Cordelia.
Yeah, you never go village before. Just go to the village. There is this relation of mine. Her name is Cordelia. If you say that they call her for village, hey,
not try
Cordelia, Cordelia. You want 3 kilos?
Remind me of Nicodemus.
Oh, so you people have heard though. They just painted it Nigeria Air.
Yes.
In fact, it's even the air they painted. By the next day, we'll not even see the plane again. That it was just Ethiopian Airways trying to fly Nigeria. You see the sense? You see the sense?
Yes.
You see all the billions?
All the billy.
I bet who eats amongst them? Food just a cent. I bet na hunger they do it.
It's more of spiritual food.
I bet you're not the person.
The former Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, what he did to Nigerians was the more you look, the less you see.
What Nigerians allowed him to do to them. Because we are the ones allowing them do these things to us. Who put them there?
And now they've suspended it.
Suspend waiting.
That was what Festus Keyamo, the aviation minister, said.
Not be waiting they alive that they suspend. That they suspend spirit. It's like come to us to say in this village we've suspended witchcraft, no more witchcraft. I want to take
maybe after the investigation they will go ahead with the Nigerian air stuff.
We not want. We not want again. We not want. Okay, for you guys, what's going on? What are we doing today?
We're having Nonsonkwa this morning from Owerri. A lot of things are happening in Owerri. There is this inspector now that want to finish people in the Ohajiebema. They call him Inspector Kilamberi. Yes, so Nonsonkwa is going to give us update about the Kilamberi. Okay, Nonsonkwa is a human rights activist. Is a journalist based in Owerri.
They have evidence.
Yes,
they have the man's
They've
photo.
started sending all the evidences they have to his office.
There is this particular one during NSAS. One man like that, one policeman.
From the southeast too.
Yes. Where is that one? How did it happen? He became chief, became this. How did all those things happen? How did they end? If I may leave now, I'll see you guys at 10:30. Thank you so much. Abiodun or JJ Dave. Is there? I don't turn out to a so-called name, no vex. Thank you for your time. I'll see you then. I leave you in the hands of my guys who will take you through the Igbo segment. I'm Cordelia Obe. Thank you.